Summer vacations allow people to take a break, but medical emergencies never take a day off. It's why there's an urgent need for blood right now. At Memorial Blood Centers in Plymouth, they want to have at least a 3-day supply of the various blood types. Right now, they have less than a 1-day supply of some blood types. So they're asking new and repeat donors to take some time from their busy schedules to make a donation because blood can't be made synthetically.
Blood in hospitals truly does help save and sustain the lives of patients. You never know necessarily when you're going to need a transfusion. Any one of us could get into an accident or something tomorrow, and again, it's having that blood on the shelf when it needs to be there ahead of time.
Eligible blood donors have to be at least 17 years old or 16 with parental consent. They should be in good health, and their system should be free of antibiotics for 24 hours. Dead fish are showing up on the shoreline of Crystal Lake in Robbinsdale.
It's really sad, but unfortunately it's something that happens oftentimes when low dissolved oxygen is on the lake.
The dead fish are mostly sunfish, and they were found on the north shore of the lake earlier this week. The algae bloom, which sprang up much earlier than normal this year, caused low dissolved oxygen levels in the shallow waters of the lake, which is where the fish were trying to spawn. The city put a dumpster out to help dispose of the dead fish.
Since I've worked here the past couple of years, this is the first time we've had a fish kill on Crystal Lake, and because a lot of residents have shoreline around the lake, the city decided to put a dumpster out so people wouldn't have to put smelly fish into their garbage.
City officials say the fish kill should not affect the overall population of fish in the lake. Meanwhile, Parker's Lake is reopened to swimmers in Plymouth. The water quality issues resulting from heavy storms on Monday had prompted officials to close Parker's Lake in Plymouth to swimmers on Tuesday. The water quality was monitored and the lake was reopened on Thursday. A 7,000-foot commercial development is coming to Maple Grove, but there's a chore that has to be done first. The new building will be on Grove Drive near the Cub Foods. It will house a bank and a cafe. But before it's built, the site needs to be cleaned up from the dry cleaning business that used to be there. The city got a grant from the Met Council's tax base revitalization account. The $36,000 will help cover the cost of decontaminating the site. One statistic estimates 10,000 people in Minnesota face housing insecurity. Reporter Meredith Hackler shows us how a Plymouth church is helping a family have a home.
With hammers in hand, a local Plymouth church is doing their part to help a Minneapolis family have a place to call home.
This year we're in Minneapolis. Last year we built in Maple Grove, and the year before in Blaine. And so I think what you see is the need for affordable housing is everywhere around the metro, and that's good for our people to grapple with, that this isn't just an inner city thing. This is a problem that people are facing out in Plymouth and the western suburbs as well.
Olivet Lutheran Church has been working with Habitat for Humanity for more than 10 years. They do it to help raise awareness about the abundance of housing insecurity.
We know that you build a house for one family, and that's great for one family. We're also starting to ask questions about doing affordable housing advocacy. What can our voices do that our hands cannot?
MinnesotaHomeless.org says last year homelessness was up 10% from 2015, which is an issue that isn't just prevalent in inner cities.
Some of our neighbors are hungry. A lot of our neighbors are paying over 30% of their income for housing, especially seniors, we're finding. And so we really need to tell a new story of who we are as a community. And so the more people that we can talk to and make relationships with who are facing some of these issues firsthand, the more responsive we're going to be as a church.
And while they say the experience is rewarding,
it's really rewarding to know you're actually helping people, and then you can see these communities grow.
The church hopes they can rewrite the narrative about the issues surrounding those who are homeless. In Minneapolis, Meredith Hackler, CCX News.
In today's weekend showcase, cross-community players hits the stage at Maple Grove Senior High with their version of the world's most practically perfect nanny. Here's Neil Persley.
The cross-community theater cast of Mary Poppins has come a long way in 6 weeks. Now they're ready. Warner Reed is playing the young Michael Banks, and his whole family is on stage with him. His mom plays the bank chairman, his dad is the Banks' butler, and his two little sisters are in the kids' ensemble.
Mary Poppins, at the beginning of the play, I think that I'm kind of like, who is this lady and what is going on here? She is exactly what we wanted, but I don't think it's quite right.
Kirsten Erickson is the precocious Jane Banks.
She's kind of mischievous and a little bit bratty, and I was never really like that when I was a kid, so it's a little bit different from what I normally get to do, and it's a lot of fun to like run around the stage and act 11.
The audience, along with the Banks children, quickly learn.
I'm practically perfect in every way.
Mari Hyman is indeed a practically perfect Mary Poppins.
Mary Poppins is this magical person that comes into Jane and Michael's lives. And she comes in at a time where Jane and Michael are feeling a little bit lost and need a little bit of guidance.
And Mary Poppins is up to the task. I give the show a W rating for wholesome and wholeheartedly endorse your attendance.
Just come see the show, it's fun.
For Weekend Showcase from Maple Grove Senior High, Neil Persley, CCX News.
Remember, at every performance now through July 27th, Cross Community Players collects non-perishable food items and school supplies for the Cross Food Shelf. The performances go through July 27th. Find out more on our website, ccxmedia.org.
The playoff rounds are underway at the USA Cup Youth Soccer Tournament. Pool play wrapped up late Thursday. The MapleBrook girls 17 under team competing in the gold division. Early first half in their match against Mississippi Valley of La Crescent. MapleBrook's Elise Panuski lost a shot into the back of the net, and it's 1-0. Nice pass by Kelsey Olson feeding Panuski on the through ball, and she goes in to score. Not a lot of scoring chances in the first half for MapleBrook, but they lead at 2-0. At halftime after that goal. Second half, and Evelyn Elizondo sets up Panuski with another great pass. And number 82 makes a nice fake and then scores for the hat trick to make it 3-0. Mississippi Valley scores twice late, but MapleBrook wins the match 3-2. Boys 17 gold division, the Kickers elite team of Brooklyn Park facing Trebol FC from Illinois. John Ando of the Kickers here beats the goalie with his shot that ties the match at 1 in the first half. But it's all Trebol from there. Christopher Zabaleta sends the ball to the far post. Jose Vasquez, great header here for a goal, and Trebol takes a 4-1 lead into halftime. Oscar Montejeo was a tough player for the Kickers to stop. He netted 4 goals in the match. Trebol goes on to win big. 8-1 is the final. The Wayzata girls hockey program has new coaches after Jeff Scott stepped down after this past season. As Jay Wilcox reports, it's all in the family for the new Trojans co-head coaches.
Wayzata's summer training program is Get to Know You time. The Trojans have new co-coaches as former Edina and Gopher star Taylor Williamson will join her father Dean to coach Wayzata.
The summertime, it's super exciting. It's just a really good time for me to get to know the girls and for them to get to know me as well. There's something special about Minnesota hockey, and it's just given me so many opportunities, so it just feels right to come back and be a coach and to give back to these girls and help them achieve all the dreams that they have, whether it's with hockey or without.
It's really awesome. We're really blessed to have them come in, because it's really cool to have a player who's been through it all and been everywhere, who is really knowledgeable, and her dad who's coached at many places and have just both the perspectives. It's really awesome, and we're really fortunate to have them.
Without the pressure of preparing for games, summer's a really good time for skill development.
Definitely shooting and passing, and just communicating to your teammates and who's open, who's not. It's a lot of edge work too, but shooting and passing are huge.
It's just a little bit of everything from skating to shooting and to the little skills like puck handling and passing. So really just stripping it down to the basics and doing the things that aren't necessarily the most fun, but they're the most needed.
For Taylor Williamson, coaching with her dad, who was Wayzata's boys coach from 1992 to 95, will be a good fit.
It's an interesting dynamic with him being my coach all the way through, and he has so much experience. He's coached at every single level, but I bring that that newer perspective into things, and I've had amazing coaches along the way, and I have great tools and things to bring to the table as well. So for us to mesh our styles and the different eras together, I think it's going to make out to be something really cool.
A new era begins in the Wayzata girls hockey program starting in November, with summer work now in progress. Jay Wilcox, CCX Sports.
Wayzata's summer program runs through July. Shannon, back to you.
All right, thanks, John. The Whiz Bang Festival might have wrapped up for the summer, but the Whiz Bang Art Show continues at the Robbin Gallery. The Hennepin artists of the Robbin Gallery have been holding an art show in conjunction with Whiz Bang Days for more than 20 years. This is a juried show featuring artists' work in all different types of mediums.
You have some sculpture and wood carving. There is watercolor painting, oil painting. It's just, again, just a wonderful selection of different art medium. And it's a very fun show.
You can see the show now through August 1st.